my girlfriend Harmony, I asked her once, if you could just use 2 words to describe me, what would they be? She sat for a second and she goes, tiger kitten. It's like, I was expecting hard work.
Unwind that.
Yeah. So she's like, yeah. I'm like, what does that mean? She goes, yeah, like tiger, you're ferocious. You want to get after it, but also kitten, you're really playful and, you like to snuggle and take care, like be with people and super playful. And so I guess some way I fulfilled tiger kitten.
So when you get really mad, she just calls you tiger kitten and it calms you down.
Yeah. When the Arizona cowboy in me probably gets a little feistier than what I should at times. And usually, I don't know if it's this way for you guys, but my family probably sees that more than out in business. In business, I try to keep it really calm and cool most of the time. But yeah, my family sees the tiger probably more than anyone. But yeah, they also get to see the kitten more than anyone, I hope. So, and then I was asking another team member this at some point, and this meant a lot. She said, your biggest strength is you're a connector. And I really like that. And I can see like one of my favorite things to do is to see good people connect to get stuff done. And so, if someone's telling me in a conversation something that they have going on, say they mention floors, I'm like, oh, I know who to connect you guys with. And so I'd connect them to you guys and, or something with investments or something like that. So I really, really love to see good people come together to get stuff done. It probably is partly also connected to how much I love business. When you look at businesses just in general, for the most part, it's just a bunch of like hardworking families, like doing their best to make things better for other people.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the essence of business. Like you're trying to solve problems for other people.
Common goal of achievement and, make accomplishment and,
And we spend more time here with the folks that we're working with than we do anyone else in life. So
they become family.
Yeah. And so if you can connect people to do work together, to me, it's one of the most fulfilling things that I get to be a part of, really enjoy doing. I think also there's some level of you have to really listen and learn what's important to people so that you can connect the right people together. It's not always just what they're doing, it's how they do it, why they do it. That when you're in a conversation and you hear something that someone's wanting to achieve, the right person to connect them with. But that's a little bit just kind of like who I am at my essence.
Yeah.
I think some folks know I'm a 4th generation Arizonan.
Yeah, you mentioned Arizona cowboy.
Yeah.
Which is rare.
It's
becoming more common, but not the cowboy part.
Yeah, it's fun to meet more people that are from here, for sure. Growing up here, it felt like no one was from here. And I think that maybe we didn't have as much passion for this place as folks that are been born here or have spent a lot of time here. The more people I meet that are from here or have put their business roots here, the more they care, it seems like.
Yeah.
And I think there are more of those
history
folks.
and the heritage.
Yeah. And just kind of like the overall importance.
You think to other big metro areas, New York, San Francisco, these places have this older history in the buildings and stuff.
Yeah.
And Arizona's history is in the dirt.
Yeah. Per your dirt dogs that we met earlier.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of ironic given what we do. And, we're trying to improve and build and help this community grow.
Yeah.
And the history of it is really
super new. Yeah.
And I mean, it's always new buildings and urban sprawl. But if you think about the history of Arizona, it's, saguaro cactuses and, the picturesque mountains with the sunsets and
Yeah, so you went to ASU, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Did you go to school for construction, or what did you go to school for? Did you always know that you wanted to be in construction, or?
Well, no. It's really interesting. So I grew up on my dad's construction sites. my grandfather was a builder as well. And so construction was like my earliest memories. I've got a photo of me in diapers jumping off my dad's scaffolding that he had set up next to the pool that had like, you can see like drywall mud on it and all that. Like it just came off some job site, and he's got this, basically like a 2-story scaffold next to our pool, and I'm just launching off this thing. So,
hilarious.
Everything construction has been, every moment of my life. But my dad really wanted me out of the trade, so there was a big, push on me to get educated. And then also on job sites, he would make things really hard. I think in lots of ways, just this grunt, so that he could make sure that I was, inspired to go to school. And so in some ways that worked. There were certain years that I certainly rebelled and didn't do so well in school. But by the time I found myself at ASU and in the business school, I was all in on getting educated, especially in business, and really was not thinking about getting back in construction. I think, maybe if I had someone kind of asking me more questions about what do you really want, but I think I was really operating underneath an idea of, just kind of follow what dad's wanting.
Mm-hmm.
And get out and do something else. I think also this comes to one of the reasons I told you guys I wanted to talk so much about mindset and the realm of commercial real estate and business and construction and all this is, when I would meet people and tell them that I was working for my dad in construction or whatever it is, as I was like a teen, people would always say, "Oh, construction's so hard." So then I graduate from ASU's business school. We start some restaurants. And if I told someone that I was, owned restaurants, they'd say, "Oh, restaurants are so hard."
Oh, sure.
Then through some events that are way too long for this show, I found myself working for a nonprofit for our county hospital. And so then I'd hear two different things. Oh, nonprofits are so hard. And oh, healthcare's so hard.
You start realizing everything is hard.
It's all hard. If you read Scott Peck's book, The Road Less Traveled, he starts the book with life is difficult. And the sooner that you acknowledge that, actually, it's kind of this weird paradox. Actually, the easier life starts to go.
I think that goes, if you want to break it down more micro, it's like start your day and get the hardest thing done, right?
Yeah. What's the like swallow the frog or something like that?
Whether it be the cold plunge or whether it be the workout or, the healthy food, whatever it is, get it done, get it, so you can have the rest of your day can be easier than what you already just accomplished. And then compounding that day after day after day after day,
that whole
Mamba
concept.
and Kobe Bryant, he was
1%
at the gym by 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And it just set his day up and continued. And he said, if I can get a workout in at 4:30 and then I can get a workout in at 6:30 and then I can get a workout in after this at 2:30. And then in the evening, I'm 4 times by the time you've done, 2 of these, 1 of these, and it's just like, wow, break it down. So I think it's right. Everything is hard until it's not hard. And the more time you put into it compoundingly, the better you are against the people that you're competing against. And business is a competition, right? It's a game out there, and you're either going to win, lose, or draw. And I think the more you prepare yourself, the better chances you have of winning.
Yeah, it's really well said.
And you don't want to lose in business because financially that could mean, not a roof over your head and, taking a job that your dad taught you that, that's not what you want to be doing the rest of the time, swinging a hammer out in the rain in 32-degree weather. So figure out how
it was the other end. It was like 100 and whatever degree weather. Yeah. You're up from the Northwest, so you're thinking rain and cold.
Yeah, I'm thinking these poor guys that you see out there, they're out there at 4 o'clock in the morning because they got to be done by 2.
We're blessed if our father taught us those lessons, though, right?
Yeah, but I'll say, I think kind of to this point of it's all hard. I think that idea of that I was going to escape hard by going to school was untrue. Yeah. I think that's one of the biggest things that I learned.
There's no easy path to success.
There isn't.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, want to catch the entire episode of this Rent Stew podcast, click right here. If you're loving the Rent Stew podcast and you want to see more episodes, click right here. And as always, stay hungry, my friends.